going on, everybody? Welcome back. We are back from a week of taking off, but we are here again. Welcome to Unsolicited with Sam and Jordyn. I'm Sam. This is Jordyn. And welcome. Jordyn, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I missed you last week.
I know. I was like so busy. I've been doing maid of honor duties. I went to a bachelorette party this weekend. There was a lot of stuff going on last week, so had to take a break, but we're back.
Yes. How was the bachelorette party?
Oh my God, it was so much fun. It's so much fun. I meant to tell you, I forgot to tell you, there's like a very short video of me doing this, but I was like woman-splaining Taylor Swift to the men at this bachelorette party.
I need to see this video.
It's literally like 2 seconds long, but it's me screaming could've, would've, should've, and the two of them are sitting there like reading their phones, like looking at the like looking at the lyrics. Because I was like, you don't understand.
No. Yeah.
She was 19.
I have to connect the dots for you.
And they were like actually intrigued by it, but I felt very empowered.
I love everything about that. And I have to ask, what is it like going on a bachelorette party while being engaged?
Kind of the same as it was
Is
before.
it like the same as when you're single?
I think so.
Does it like get you like planning for your own though? Like the whole time, or you're like, oh, this is what I want to do, this is what I don't want to do, or did you get to just enjoy?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I had a good time. My friend Erin, who's getting married, she's like a little bit more low key, so we didn't like go out as much. Like we kind of just like partied at home kind of deal. And then we did some like outdoorsy things. We went on a boat. We what was the other thing? Oh, we did like wine tasting and stuff like that.
Cute.
Yeah, so it was like fun, but like I think for my bachelorette party, it's gonna be a little bit more like beachy, relaxy, party, like that kind of deal. So, but it was still like a lot of fun. I didn't feel any different other than the fact that I like reached out to Michael and I was like, "Hey, are you alive?" I like left him food for the weekend. Like I didn't know what to do. I was like, "I'm gonna be gone for 4 days." I was like, "I made you buffalo chicken dip. I left you $20 for lunch for work one day. My mom
That's
made
like what my mom did to me when I was in middle school.
yeah, and I was like, my mom made him like my mom's Greek, so she made like spanikopitas, which is like the spinach cheese turnovers kind of thing.
Yes.
And I brought him some of those, and I was like, there's chicken defrosting in the fridge, like you're gonna be okay. Meanwhile, he didn't even like touch anything. He like ordered pizza and like ate that all week.
Of course. Literally, of course.
Literally, I felt so silly. I was like, am I doing too much? I feel like he would be okay if I didn't do any of this, but I need to make sure.
No, it's just that added, because like think about how they got through college.
They barely.
So like he would have been fine, but you're like, no, I'm gonna protect you and make this as best as possible.
I'm like, please eat a fruit or something. Like sometimes I'm
Drink
literally like
a glass of water.
Yeah, I'm like sometimes in the morning, like I'm making breakfast and I always eat like only half of an apple because technically the serving size is only half an apple, which is stupid, but that's beside the point. And then the other half, I'll cut it up and I'll give it to him. And I feel like a mom, like giving their kid their apple slices. And every time I walk into, he's like, oh, apple slices. And I'm like, yeah, here you go.
Well, it's okay. My boyfriend just found out that it's absolutely mandatory to RSVP to a wedding.
Oh, why
I said,
that?
Yeah, I was like, your kid. I was like, do you know how much like planning goes into like seating and how many food plates to order and goodie bags and
it's insane. It's insane. Like I'm dealing with Erin's wedding right now with her. Her RSVP date is like the 1st of August, so tomorrow as we're recording this, yesterday when this comes out. And she's literally like, there's like 70 people that haven't RSVP'd. And I'm like, how is that like why don't you why doesn't anyone RSVP to anything?
No, he really thinks that you can just like show up and just be at a wedding. I was like, oh, and then the best part about it goes, because he kept saying like us. So I was like, oh, okay. So he hasn't RSVP'd to the wedding. He thinks he can just show up. And then he goes, how do I know if they even gave me a +1? And I was like, so not only are you going to show up to a wedding that you didn't RSVP to, you're going to bring me not knowing if you have a +1. I was like, we need to make some phone calls.
As someone who's currently planning a wedding, Worst fucking nightmare.
Worse. That's what I said. I was like, and like the wedding scene is new for him. So like I get it, but like still, like we need to put a stop to this.
I literally like I'm getting hives on my back thinking about something like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tell Brian it's okay. He can come to my wedding. He's invited.
Yes. Yes. I was invited to your wedding. He's my +1. All boxes are checked. We'll send in the RSVP. But yeah, no, I don't know what we're gonna do. So we have that to figure out.
Oh my God.
The wedding's in September.
I literally RSVP'd for like the wedding that Michael and I are going to at the end of September because he was not RSVPing.
Yeah.
And I was like, Michael, did you go? And like also this like wedding has like it's like upstate. Like it is like very rural, like we're staying on like a grounds, like it's not like a very traditional type of wedding. So I'm like, oh, like do we have to bring blankets, linens? Like what is like the deal here? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, is it outside? I don't know. Where is it? I don't know. And I'm like, can you please just give me the like am I wearing a dress? For God's sakes? Like what am I doing here? And he's like, I don't know, like, yeah, probably. And I'm like, literally we went to a wedding last summer. He was in the wedding. I didn't know it was outside until I got there. And thank God I wore chunky heels. Thank God it was completely on grass. I was literally ready to kill him.
And then he wonders why like every time we go out, there's like 50 questions. I'm like, because you don't give me the full story, mister. But yeah, no, so many of his friends are engaged. We have so many weddings coming up. And I was like, I really need you to tell me when every wedding is, link me to the freaking venue, and tell me if you RSVP'd and have a +1. Because
thank God for wedding websites now. Like the fact that wedding websites are created now, thank God, because this whole wedding we're going to next month, I literally read every single word on this wedding website, everything that we need to know, where it's going to be, what we're going to be doing. Like I found out like there's going to be kind of like a lawn game situation. So I'm like, you know what? The shoes that I'm wearing to this, probably not a stiletto.
Yeah,
you know, I'm probably going to wear a more comfortable wedge of some kind. It's upstate. It's at the end of September. It's going to be cold. I should probably find a long sleeve dress. You know, like those are things I need to know the answers to. And I love men. I really do. At least I love the one that I'm going to be with my entire life. God, please give me something, anything. I need it. I have no information ever.
That is so funny.
But yeah. So moral of the story, people need to RSVP to things.
We are also extremely type A. So
type A.
Like disgustingly type A. Me and you both. Every time I see these TikToks, I'm like, oh my God, like they're like making fun of the type A friend. And I'm like, that's me. I'm the type A friend.
Jordan and I literally would have like when we were working together, we had these colored gel pens. Like we bought like a fucking 200 set, I feel like we were just lining our desk with like
and then our calendars looked color coordinated our calendars, so each color meant the same thing in each of our books.
It was beautiful. I like everything that I had to do with Jordan in my book. Everything was midnight green because of the Eagles. Like it was like everything was so color coordinated. It was gorgeous, and that's how I think we work so well together because of that.
We do, because literally, and like also. We also both have ADHD. So it's like these moments where we're some on and some off. And it's always the one of us getting the other one back on track.
It's so true though.
It's so true.
Like, hey,
one of us is always holding the leash. Like, okay, oh, she's tugging. Oh, I gotta get her back.
It's like fishing. You're like,
yeah, but you put us together and we're always balanced. So it works.
It's amazing.
Look, hold your arms out. It looks like if we go like this, it looks like, wait, I need to eat.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, though. Good weekend. Did you have a good weekend?
I had a great weekend.
So you were baseballing it up.
So many baseball games. We got so lucky. We literally manifested this. So we were texting like Monday or Tuesday earlier in the week, last week. And I knew I was coming down that weekend. So I was like, oh, the weather looks gorgeous. That's so unfortunate. I could use a rain game Friday because like I just wanted a date night. Like I just like missed him. And then all out of nowhere, I'm literally driving there and it starts raining and their game Friday got canceled when the weather all week was like gorgeous sun. And I was like, which was great because we got our date night, but then it meant a doubleheader Saturday. So I Ubered to the field so I could get a little boozed up, and I very much did.
Sure.
And then my whole fam went to the game Sunday, which was a lot to organize, but very fun. And they got to see him in uniform, which was great. And as much as my lovely weekend with my boyfriend was, I can't put into words how excited I am for next weekend.
And now the time is to transition into Taylor Swift.
Yes, and now the Taylor Swift era starts. Hi, it's so happy to be here.
Yeah.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. I'm going to my third Eras Tour concert in 1 week from today. Friday evening, I fly out to Los Angeles, and I could not be happier to see this tall blonde woman one more time. And also, there's a little bit that we have to dive into because we are getting hints left and right for both 1989 and Reputation. So I ask you, number one, do you think any of them are going to be announced? Like we're going to get a date for one of them at the final show in LA? And if you do, are you expecting 1989 or Reputation?
I read an article / saw a TikTok that August 9th is supposedly the day because it's 8/9 that she'll announce 1989. And it's the last day. So I have this feeling she's not going to leave the US like, just kind of like out. Because for those that don't know, like next week after the LA show, she's off. I think she takes a little bit of a break and then she's off to Europe for her Europe Eras tour. So I genuinely think she's not going to leave the US like flat, like she can't physically. The woman needs to be dramatic. So I think that I'm pretty sure 1989 is next, but for all we know, like that we were so convinced about 1989 this whole time, and then she was like, "Speak now," and we were like, "Okay," like it was like the most random thing. So who knows? But my gut says 1989.
My gut also says 1989, and also, all right, so the reason that I'm most convinced that it's 1989 is because she added dates onto the tour. She was always supposed to end on 8/9. And instead of extending the tour and ending on like the 11th or 12th, she squeezed in all of these extra dates to make sure that she hit that 8/9 date as the final day. So obviously 8/9, 1989. I don't know. I really think it's coming. And Taylor Nation posted something today that was like, get in the car. We're going to August or something, or it's August. And everyone thinks that means Reputation, which I get because of Getaway Car and speeding off. But I just think there's way more hints about 1989 and how perfect. It's so poetic for her to end the US tour on 8/9 and give us even just a date. Be like, hey, 1989 is coming in 7 weeks from now, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Like,
or even if she, or if she even just says like, you'll find out the date later, but 1989 is the next re-release or whatever.
Yes.
So I don't know. Reputation, I feel like needs its own. I haven't gotten a lot of Easter eggs about Reputation. I feel like it's not as intense as the 1989 Easter eggs.
You know what? You saying that though just kind of proves a point, because Reputation also really came out of nowhere. She disappeared off socials for 6 months and then dropped the snake, and then we were getting Reputation, but it came out of like no one even knew she was recording.
Very true. She loves to do that.
Is the no Easter eggs for Reputation an Easter egg?
Oh my God. We are thinking too far into this, I think. Like that is It's like, well, she hasn't talked about it at all. That must mean it's coming.
Exactly. Like, that's where my mind is. This woman has made me crazy. However, I love her dearly. I am so excited to see her again. And there are a couple of my all-time favorite songs left that could still be surprise songs. So I'm getting a little anxious.
What are the songs?
Mary's Song is left.
Oh.
Yep. The Way I Loved You is still there.
Yep.
I Know Places is still there.
Love.
And I would happily take absolutely anything. But the most important thing to me is Long Live was added to the set list. And that was really the only thing that I wanted to hear that I didn't get to already hear. So
I think I saw something about 'Tis the Damn Season getting taken off.
It did, because Haim's there. So they're doing No Body, No Crime instead of 'Tis the Damn Season.
Gotcha.
And I should get that because they're also there. Which, personally, I liked 'Tis the Damn Season more. However, I already saw it twice. So, like, I'm not.
Yeah, like, that's now another song you get to see.
Exactly. It's just a little addition.
Do you have your outfit ready to go?
I do.
I'm so excited to see it.
I almost sent it to you. And then I was
like, is it a surprise?
No, I'll tell you. I'm in my Reputation era this time.
Right.
So I'm doing a 2-piece black set that has like silver fringe sequins like hanging from like the top and the legs. And I got snake print hints all throughout. I have a Reputation necklace, and I'm going to do black leather boots and be a badass chick.
Yeah. Love. Oh my God, that sounds so cool. I love that.
I'm so excited. I initially was going to do Speak Now, especially because it just came out and everything. However, my mom and my sister were both doing Reputation, and so I wanted us all to be in the same era.
I'm so excited to see your mother in her outfit. She's probably going to look so hot.
She is going to be the hottest thing ever. It's amazing.
You guys are just going to be walking around, and it's just going to be like this, like, they're going to be like, oh my God, are you guys sisters? Like, that's the vibe you're going to give off.
Literally. Especially because she's like our size too. Like, oh my God, we're going to be, I can't believe, like, the fact that like I'm just getting on a plane Friday night and going to LA doesn't feel real yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, if anybody doesn't know, there's not going to be an episode next week because we're not going to be able to fit one in. I'm leaving on Sunday. I'm going to Mexico. So, like, we're not going to be around next week again.
No. We are so sorry. We love you so much. And then after this, we should be good.
We're going to be consistent. We're going to be consistent. And, I mean, we'll be figuring out a schedule, obviously, on our own. But I got a job. So, like, Jordan and I are going to be working girls again. We started this podcast unemployed, and now the both of us are employed, which is amazing.
I love it for us.
So yeah, so we're going to be working with our work schedule to make sure we keep putting out episodes every week for you guys and continuing to talk about Taylor Swift until you hate us. So
yes, Taylor Swift and the NFL, the best combo.
The best combo.
And we are going to get into a little bit of an NFL chat, but before we do, we both saw Barbie, and I want all of your thoughts.
Oh my God. Come on, Barbie. Let's go fucking party. I loved it. First of all, I saw it literally last night, and
so it's still fresh.
Yeah, it was a very like spur of the moment thing. Like, it was kind of like the way we like capped off the bachelorette weekend. Like, we weren't planning on doing it, but we were like, let's go see Barbie, and we were already home. Like, we all came home, and so we were like, let's go see Barbie. So we went to go see Barbie. It was like 10 of us. It was hilarious. Everybody brought their significant others. The soon-to-be husband came. Like, it was great. I really didn't know what to expect from this movie. Like, I had seen a few things here and there about everything, but like, I was not expecting the overarching like theme. I thought it was going to be funny with like a little bit of feminism and like blah, 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 blah. But that shit got really deep towards the end. And like, I was sitting there and I was like, damn, I feel empowered as hell. And it was like, and the thing is, dude, they didn't even like push her off. Like, she's going to go work into the real world and this and that. And she's like, nope, I need to get my vagina checked at the gynecologist. And you're like, slay. Also, spoiler, sorry everybody. We'll put a thing in the beginning of this
Yes.
before you guys. But yeah, um amazing. I really, really enjoyed it.
No, I felt the same way. I went in and like with how much marketing budget they dumped into the movie and with the cast that they had, and I mean Greta Gerwig, I had some expectations, but I was trying to keep them on the lower side so I didn't get disappointed. And I was watching it and same thing. I was like, oh my God, like
Yeah,
I am a powerful woman.
I
Like,
sure am.
yeah, and I don't know, I just feel like it checked all the boxes because it did have the funny, just like comedic side, and Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling were both absolutely amazing. But yeah, and then I got really into like the feminist, like female power. And I was like, this is great. And it also like it was so like real, like the shit they
Yeah,
were talking about.
like
Just like everyday struggles that like sometimes I like don't even realize are a thing. And then like seeing it spelled out, I'm like, oh,
yeah. Yeah, I felt the same way. Like, I feel like there were things that they were saying that I was like, "Yeah, you're right." Like, I didn't even know that I had to feel that way, like, kinda thing, or, like, I got so used to it that I, like, haven't felt that way in a
yes.
long time or, like, something like that, but I have to say, though, the Ken storyline had me barreled over. The whole singing part where they're, like, at war. I like, Michael literally had to, like, stop me sometimes because I was laughing so loud, and, like, he was like, "You have to be quiet," and I was like, "First of all, don't tell me what to do. I'm at the
Yeah.
Barbie movie."
First of all,
Um,
you're a stupid man. I'm kidding, Michael. I'm not. I'm so kidding. I love you so much, Dad.
no, no, he even said too, he was like, "I'm your Ken." He's like, "I'll do anything for you," and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And have you seen, like, the TikToks that are like, "What's your Ken's job?" Like, his job was just beach, and I
Yes.
was like, My Ken's job is numbers. He just does numbers on his little computer and types, and I feel like your Ken is sport. Just sport.
Sport. I
Yes.
was gonna say field, so that sounds better.
Field is also good, but just, like,
Field.
sport, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you can kinda do anything in the in this whole overarching umbrella of sport.
Sport. It's
Yes.
very true. It's
Yes.
very true.
I loved it though. But yeah, they were singing, and when they started doing the dance and the I am Kenough shirt, I was like, "This is so funny."
The
And, like, it's not
sweatshirt
even
really took me
cringy.
out.
It wasn't even cringy. Like, it was
No,
genuinely funny.
yes. No, and the one part that I feel like gets overlooked at so much is when Ryan Gosling, and again, spoilers, we'll put like this is for if you've seen the movie and want to watch it with us, but or want to recap it with us.
Yeah.
But when Ryan Gosling, they're in the real world and he's like realizing like that men have the power, which
Yeah.
I am even disgusted to say, but in the movie, um, and he's like, "Oh my God." And then he goes to the doctor's office and he's talking to the woman, female doctor. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Can I please see a doctor?" She's like, "I am a doctor."
Yeah.
He said, "No, a real doctor." She's like, "I am a real doctor." And he was like, "What about that male doctor?"
Yeah.
And I was like, because it's so real, but the
Yeah.
way they were doing it with like, I was crying. I thought it was amazing.
When he's just walking when I towards the end when, like, he's, like, really upset and, like, he's like, "I don't know myself without Barbie." Like, it's always been Barbie and Ken and, like, everything. And, like, he was just like, I thought the patriarchy had more to do with horses, and when I found out it didn't, I really didn't care anymore." And I was like, I feel like that's so on brand, like, in real life. Like, guys are like, "Yeah, I wanna be big and macho and blah, blah, blah." And then they're just like, "Meh." You
Yeah.
know, like, who cares kinda thing, like, the guys who are, like, secure and, like, don't really care if women have any sort of power or anything, like, they're just like, "I don't really care about being manly and macho," like, that's it doesn't have anything to do with anything at the end of the day, you know?
Yes.
I thought it
God,
was
that just got so philosophical.
it's but it was so good, and I thought I was gonna cry. I didn't, but I thought I would cry
I
during
didn't
that part
cry.
with, like, that all the videos of, like, the real people and
Mhm.
stuff. I really genuinely thought that I was going to cry, but I didn't. I held it together.
Yeah, I got like emotional. Like I like felt it, but I didn't cry.
Yeah. No, I was just feeling emotional, and I was like, oh no, is this movie going to make me cry? And then I was okay though. But yeah, it was overall very good. And apparently between the Barbie movie like grossing money and the Eras tour, apparently those two things are balancing out the economy.
Yes.
So you have women to thank for that. Finance bros.
No, literally, I saw someone posted I read an article, someone posted a TikTok of the they were like, man, I feel like a woman. And it was Taylor Swift and Barbie just balancing out the US.
Yeah. No, it's literally like pushing so much money into the world that it's like literally saving us, which is amazing.
My two queens, Barbie and Taylor Swift.
I also love
Barbie.
I loved how meta it got too, to the like when she was like crying and she was like, I don't feel pretty. And then Helen Mirren's voice comes in and she's just like, well, if they didn't cast Margot Robbie, you guys probably would get this point a little bit faster, but you get the idea.
Yes.
And we were like, yeah. It's so true though. I mean, Margot Robbie did you see people were saying that she was mid?
Yes.
Like
it absolutely. And you know what? This says even more about men, like to continue on from what the Barbie movie is literally trying to prove, because when she played this like hot temptress married to Jordan Belfort,
right,
that's when everyone was in love with her. And
right.
Now that she's a put together independent woman, she's mid.
Yeah, it always happens that way.
It always happens that way. The dumb pretty ones, but if you're smart and pretty, apparently you don't hit the same. Explain it to me.
No.
Okay.
They don't need it to be explained. They don't even know. That's the thing. They're scared. That's the explanation. They're scared. And that's it.
They're scared of smart women. All the guys that listen to this are going to be like, damn, they hate me.
Don't worry. We're going to talk about football soon. Relax. Yeah.
What a transition.
So we talked about the running backs a couple of weeks ago.
I think this is the most wild segue we have ever had.
It's like we hit the girlies and now it's time to hit the NFL, like that's the good thing about Jordan and I. We just cover all the bases. We do not discriminate against anybody's gender in any way, shape, or form. If you like the football, if you like the Barbie movie, we cover it all. We are an inclusive podcast.
Preach, Sammy. I don't think I've ever called you that in my life.
Yeah, just because I have it on my water. Is that?
Oh no! Well, unless it was subconscious, I don't think
you might have just like seen it kept coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan does not call me Sammy.
Never. Like how she doesn't call me Jordy.
No, everybody calls you Jordy too, and I physically cannot.
I'm still not used to it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was like episode 1 or very early on. Jordy is a very new thing.
Yeah. Like I think every once in a while I'll be like Sporty or like Sporty Jordy. The closest I ever got was I would shorten her name to SJ when we were working together because I was like I couldn't. It was too fast of a movement, and I was just like Jordan. And I was like SJ. She's just gonna be SJ, like from The Blind Side.
It's so funny because he was my favorite character in The Blind Side.
Jordan's small. Cute little baby. Jordan. But anyway, so we were talking about running backs 2 weeks ago, and everything like that. And we had a major NFL story that came out over the weekend, to which, as I was on my bachelorette trip, I had to text Jordan about it while she was at a baseball game. Jonathan Taylor decided to request a trade from the Colts. I'm ready to go. And something that Jordan had said to me was like, basically like, what are the Colts without Jonathan Taylor? Because Jameer Say was just like, no, we're not trading him. But what are your thoughts on this whole thing? Because this is pretty wild, especially amid all of the contract controversy and such.
That's another reason why I'm so shocked, just because, and this is nothing against Jonathan Taylor, because I think any team that like needs a running back should go after him and pay him whatever.
Right.
But in this market that's so anti running back right now, I think it's very bold to request a trade when like it doesn't seem like there's really anything out there. And then
Yeah, like who's
also
gonna pay him?
yes, and then also you're in a system that like completely relies on you. So like you are in your best chance because like we said, who are the Colts without Jonathan Taylor? I think they would realize that. But yeah, I really want to know what happened because I didn't really even know that there was any bad blood between Jonathan Taylor and the Colts. I know the running backs are angry in general with the league and as they deserve because I mean, they're playing a very tough position and kind of getting the shitty end of the stick consistently.
Right.
But yeah, no. And it seems now he's sitting out with a back injury.
Yeah, I don't really know. I was also unaware that there was any sort of feathers being ruffled within the Colts organization at all. But you're right. Like why leave? Why leave an organization that literally relies mostly on you? Maybe because he knows the cap situation, maybe he's understanding the money within the organization. Like maybe he knows they're not going to be able to pay him any money.
Yeah.
But otherwise who's going to take him right now? I mean, we were talking about the Bills, but like can the Bills afford
I
a
don't
star
think
running
so.
back right now? They're literally paying Josh Allen like gajillion dollars. So it's like and they're probably going to start paying, all these wide receivers and I don't know how big the tight end market is, but like, they're a borderline Super Bowl team that they're going to want to make it there. They don't have star running back money because they're not a star running back team. I feel like they're like the Titans. Like the Titans have Derrick Henry and it's like Derrick Henry is the Titans. There obviously are other really good players on there, but like these star running back teams, it's like great for them for the running back stats, but like the Titans aren't going to the Super Bowl. The Colts aren't going to the Super Bowl.
No.
And isn't that the whole point? To win a championship? So like these star running back teams are great, but like it's not going to get you to where you need to go.
As much as I hate to say it, because I want these guys to get every penny that they deserve, I'm afraid you're 100% right, especially in this market. And yeah, like obviously, anytime a decent running back comes available, I joke about the Bills because if the Bills had a consistently extremely strong running back, who's stopping them? Like genuinely who? And I think that's the one piece on this team. Like, I think if the Bills had a stronger run game, they'd be able to beat the Chiefs. Like, they'd be able to beat these teams that they're going to be in competition with forever. So, but yeah, no, I don't know what's going to happen with Jonathan Taylor here. I don't think the Bills have enough money. And when you look at the rest of the NFL, I can't find like one team away or one team that's like a running back away from being a Super Bowl team that would spend as much as they would need to spend to get Jonathan Taylor.
Right. Yeah. Because like they definitely are teams that need running backs, but like that at this point in time with this market and the way everything is working. But did you see that the graphic that I posted on my Instagram story that Bijan Robinson is the highest paid running back this year right now?
Yep.
That's insane. The kid has never taken an NFL snap a day in his life, and he's the highest paid running back.
I mean, that just shows you how broken the running back market is right now. And I'm hoping because like the league salary increases every single year. And obviously the last couple that's been being dumped into quarterbacks. But I'm hoping now that like mainly all like in like the next generations of quarterbacks minus Joe Burrow, but his is coming, have really signed their deals. And I'm hoping now that like, I don't know, obviously there's always going to be new quarterbacks coming up. Like we know this, but like, I don't know. I feel like we just had this like big transition period with quarterbacks. Like a lot of the guys that I grew up with are gone. We kind of have this new phase. The market changed to where now quarterbacks are making insane amount of money that I'm hoping now maybe it'll start shifting. And and teams can find more money and better ways to pay running backs, because like, I think teams are just so afraid to pay them because they don't see the value right now. But like, if every team was under this understanding, like running backs are making this amount of money, then I don't think it would be scary. And we just have to get to that point. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Can you imagine the amount of money Joe Burrow is going to make after the Justin Herbert thing? Justin Herbert is getting, what was it?
$262 million.
And that's Justin Herbert, who, love him to death, love you, Herbie, but Joe Burrow is better.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to hit like this $300 million mark. It's going to be crazy. It's going to break things even more.
I know.
At one point, I feel like this whole market is just, it's going to crash.
It is. It is. What goes up must go down.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's going to be crazy. I'm hoping that he ends up making like 265. And like,
that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen because like, look at the resumes. Justin Herbert hasn't won a playoff game yet. Joe Burrow's been in the Super Bowl. And he also was hurt, very hurt, and still got there.
Yep.
So,
I think it's all Deshaun Watson's fault.
It is. I blame Deshaun Watson for everything bad in the NFL right now. It's so easy to do.
It is, but also like one of the worst fucking contracts ever signed in the history of sports. Like
to a not so great human.
Yeah, literally, like it's horrible, just horrible. Also, little off topic. Did you watch Quarterback?
Fuck,
Jordyn.
I watched the. I kept telling myself.
Promised.
I watched the first episode. I kept telling myself I had so much time, and now we're here. And I ran out of time. Every night I was like, oh, I have 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks. I don't anymore. But I watched the first episode, and you are right. I do fall in love with Kirk Cousins.
Right? And Hard Knocks starts next week.
I know. I'm so excited to see Daddy Rogers.
Oh my God. He's going to be so sassy. I can feel it.
It's going to be so sassy. And I really want to see, I'm hoping they show us a little bit into the dynamic of like what Zach Wilson and him are like, because it seems like all good vibes, but I just want to look at it because I'm like so curious.
I think I have this like horrible feeling that like Zach Wilson's going to open his mouth and he's either going to be the most repulsive human being on the planet, or everyone's going to be like, he's not so bad.
I'm scared I'm going to like him.
Right? Like that's what I'm afraid of too. It's like, I don't like Zach Wilson right now. And I'm afraid HBO is going to paint him in this like little glory boy light. Like, look at him trying his best. Look at him learning from one of the best quarterbacks ever. And you're just going to be like,
damn it.
Yeah, he's going to be like funny or something.
He is. No, I'm like really afraid that he's going to like have a personality, and I'm going to be like, damn it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt like when the Cowboys were on it. Like, obviously I'm not the big Ezekiel Elliott fan, but like during Hard Knocks, I was like, Ezekiel Elliott's kind of funny in like a non-ironic kind of way. And I was like, why am I like kind of enjoying watching Ezekiel Elliott right now?
I have to confess something.
Oh boy, here we go.
I didn't watch a single second of the Cowboys Hard Knocks.
Was it out of spite or?
Yeah, I couldn't. I sat down to do it a couple times, and I was like, because I was afraid. I was like, once I see the behind the scenes, I was like, what if I start vibing with a couple of them? And I was like, I can't do this. I don't. And like, this is what like, because like obviously like I fuck heavy with Dak Prescott as a person.
Sure.
Love him, respect him. I think he's amazing, but I can't like him. Like I have to hate him every Sunday. So I couldn't bring myself to watch because like the reason I like root for certain teams is because of the players. Like I get very attached to players and like I will ride or die for them. So like obviously Eagles are my team always, but like if I like someone on another team, I'm going to root for that team because they're on it.
Right.
So
right.
I'm like, I can't sympathize. I can't be a Cowboys sympathizer. So I never watched.
Fair. I mean, that's how I feel about Jalen Hurts, though. Like,
I mean,
I
valid.
can't not like Jalen Hurts.
I
I
mean,
love
what am I
his.
gonna do about Darren Waller now?
But yeah, Jalen Hurts. Did you also see that his background is him walking out of the Super Bowl with like all the confetti and everything falling?
That confirmed to me that we're going back.
I mean, I respect that. I really do. I'm very interested.
For context. I mean, wait, you basically just said it. Jalen Hurts, you just said it.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts has his phone background is like him walking out of the stadium with confetti falling, like the
It's
Chiefs
been
colors.
a long day, okay? I'm a working gal, 9 to 5.
You're fine.
My brain
Everything's
isn't
fine.
screwed on anymore.
It's okay. But yeah, Jalen Hurts,
I just start drinking this.
I do. Thumbnail.
Thumbnail. Or here.
Yeah. I'm literally gonna make this the thumbnail. Oh. Amazing. I love it.
This is me posing for the thumbnail pic.
Every once in a while, like while we're recording this, there are some times where like Jordan makes a face or something, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm screenshotting that. I'm gonna keep
This is gonna be one of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of them, even if it doesn't make the thumbnail. But now I feel like it has to since I said it. But I do like Jalen Hurts a lot, and I think that that's a good segue into our last topic here because you are now the proud owner of a very special thing.
Yes. So I just wanted to make fun of the Eagles fans for a little bit. And I can because I am one. But we're just absolutely insane because me and Sam were talking before the show. So many teams release throwback uniforms and go back to classic jerseys or announce a new alternate. And everyone's like, oh, cool. Like, that's great. Like, so excited to get one. But like on a normal scale. And then you have Eagles fans who our alternate jerseys get released. Granted, it's an iconic Kelly green. Like I've loved these uniforms my whole life.
They're really nice.
Yeah, and like I even have I have a Kelly green like varsity jacket. Like I have Kelly green sneakers. Like we've been hinting at it, but yeah. So the jerseys get released today. People started tailgating at Lincoln Financial Field at 3:30 in the morning to camp out. By 7 o'clock a.m., there was a line wrapped around the entire Lincoln Financial Field, and doors opened at 9 a.m. I got a text at 9:37 that they were out of Jalen Hurts jerseys.
That is the most absolutely batshit crazy thing I've ever heard in my life.
Right? And I mean, I mean,
respect, but damn, 3:30?
It's crazy. And like, I can say this as both a huge Swiftie and an Eagles fan. I don't want to hear any male Eagles fan ever again hate on a Swiftie for what they did to get tickets or what they did to get merch. And I can say that because I've done both.
So true.
So
true.
You would do it too. You would do it too for a check.
Yeah. I hate that when it's like when specifically this when men put down something that women enjoy doing because of that. But I'm like, yes, girls go to Taylor Swift concerts to scream about Taylor Swift. You're wearing a physical grown man's last name on your back. Put that into perspective for a moment. As people who have also worn jerseys, and Jordan's a huge jersey person. Obviously, she is now the proud owner of a Kelly Green Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I don't have it in my possession, but it's being shipped to me. Yeah. I had someone get it for me because I had to work.
like think about that. Like really, you're gonna judge people for something like that when you're literally wearing another grown man's name on the back of your shirt.
Right.
Put that into context.
I respect both. Like I am crazy for the NFL. Like I said, I freaking made sure I had someone get me a jersey because I knew they were going to be so hard. Like, you go to the ends of the earth. I let every football team decide my mood for 21 weeks straight, like, and the whole off season. Sure. I also let a tall blonde woman determine my mood at all times. Sure. So, everyone's crazy. So just let everyone be crazy as long as you're nice.
Before we log off, I want to ask you a quick question about NFL jerseys.
Okay.
As someone who has a lot of them, um, do you think that like older men shouldn't be wearing younger man jerseys? Like, what is your opinion on that? I know it's like a whole debate. It's like if guys want to wear jerseys, but like the guy's got to be older than them or younger than them or something.
I just saw like a video about this for the first time fairly recently. I had no idea this was even a debate.
Oh yeah, it's been like years of a debate.
I have no, and like this, like I love, like I just like wearing them. And like I said earlier in the show, I'm a players person. So like when I get attached to a player, like I want their jersey. It's like I don't know, it's like a collection thing. It literally is a collection for me now. I have so many. But yeah, no, I always just thought, I mean, I look at it as like a fan perspective. So again, like I look at it as like a collector's item. Like I don't really wear them that often. Like I think I wear them more than most because if anything happens with a player and I have their jersey, like I'll do videos in their jerseys or I'll take pictures in their jersey, but like it's for like work basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like, I don't know. To me, there's nothing weird about a dude wearing, like I said, like I'm not going to bully anyone for what they like. Like if you are a fan of that player or you're a fan of that team, wear the jersey, represent. Like who's going to shame on that?
Yeah. No, I agree. Like who cares?
Yeah.
Like there are these guys out there that are just like, oh, that guy is like 10 years younger than you. What are you doing wearing his name on his back? You're like, why can't you let people enjoy things?
Yes, because he's out there putting his blood, sweat, and tears into a team that man is a big fan of. So that man can respect that young athlete.
Yeah.
Bro.
And that's coming from me. I don't really wear jerseys. I'm more of a merch kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean I do own jerseys, but like I don't really wear them that much. But like honestly, I'm like just wear whatever you want.
Literally.
Do whatever you want. Wear a grown man's name on your back. Don't judge people for other things though.
Yeah, literally.
That's my only concern. Don't make fun of people for wearing a Taylor Swift t-shirt or something like that when you were literally got a guy who's literally never even played a snap in the NFL yet and you have his jersey.
Preach. I also got told it was the biggest red flag that I am a Swiftie and an Eagles fan.
I saw your TikTok.
Had to set them straight.
Yeah.
They're right. And it's okay.
So the answer is correct.
Yes.
Jordyn has no red flags. She's a perfect human being.
Oh, you are so good at lying.
I believe it. She doesn't have any red flags towards me.
Oh, thank you. That's all that matters to me.
Jordyn and I have literally the least toxic relationship with one another, I feel like. Like we literally will be so honest with one another.
Yes.
Trust me. I have been honest with her before in the past.
Oh,
she says things to me and I'm like, why? Yeah. Why are you doing this to yourself?
There's been moments where I'm like scared to tell Sam something more than I'm scared to tell anyone else because I know the truth is coming and I have to be like, a lot of my friends will be like, oh, like, it's okay. It was a moment of weakness. And Sam's like, no, that's the dumbest thing you could have possibly done.
Like, why'd you do that?
Yeah, like you're right. Like
you need that. We both do sometimes.
Yes. And when I need, I always go to her when I'm like, I mean, something happened literally last week. And I was like, what do you think? And she was like, if you didn't say no, I would have said no for you. Yeah. And I was like, thank you.
I literally did. I was just like, it was for some sort of event. And I was like, well, are you going? She goes, no. And I was like, good. Because if you said yes, I would have been like, no, you're not.
Yeah. She would have.
If you are, I'm going with you.
Yeah. No, she would have driven to South Jersey and been like, we're staying in your apartment all night. Caution tape on the door.
Yeah. Duct tape.
Duct tape around the entire thing.
Yeah. It would have.
It'll be good. Disney senior trip. If I open the door, all the tape will rip and she'll know.
Yeah. I'll just be standing outside the door, like waiting for the tape to break.
Oh my God. Well, this was a fantastic episode 12. Again, we will miss you next week. However, we will be back the following week. And at that point, football will be on. We will be in preseason. So it's happening. A lot of exciting stuff. I will also give you a full LA Taylor Swift Eras Tour Show 3 recap, which I am so excited about. And in the meantime, make sure to follow us on all of our social platforms. TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at the I was doing so good. At the Unsolicited _podcast.
You got it.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter or X. We also Twitter.
It'll always be Twitter.
It's always going to be Twitter.
Fuck
Follow
that
us on
rebrand.
Twitter.
It's always Twitter.
Twitter at Sam and Jordyn. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on all podcasting platforms. Leave us a review. Bye.
Bye.